I am live. All right, let's see. Let's see who joins me. I'm gonna monitor the chat on my phone, so that way it's gonna be an extra option. All right, all right. Let's see. Let's see YouTube kick in. Let's see if that works. Can I hear myself? Let's see if that works. Can I hear myself? Let's see if that works. All right, all right. I can absolutely see that not warning people on a day that wasn't supposed to be a live stream makes a difference in viewership. I will advertise about it on Flesbook. All right, so not this, we're groups. So, Scott's Rail, Posta, impromptu, live stream tonight. Alright, and let's post it in Discord as well, just in case some people would be there, but not. That's really nice. For people not knowing, I'm seeing Mike's belts layout. He has a beautiful layout. Alright, so let's see in Discord. Who's online right now? Okay. Surprise. Hey, hello Clintonville. Glad to see you here. Sorry I didn't see your message right away. I'm just live stream. Just doing some posting online of this just so that people know. You're one of the first one here. Glad to hey August. Glad to see you two here. Just a second. I'm just posting it in Discord so that if people want to doesn't know but want to come, they can. All right. So the not that this was not planned, but I surprisingly well that's nice, Clintonville. Great. So I hit the 200. Well, oh wow. Okay, that is a little awkward. I had hit today a 200 subscriber count. I'm back down to 199 for whatever reason. So my goal tonight is go back to 200 and so that I can, say that I have 200. Like I said, when I posted a message about this and started planning it, I had 200. There you are, 200 again. Well, that's awesome. I mean, it's gonna go back and forth. That's YouTube stats for you. But at least uh, I'm at 200, right? So I wasn't sure what to do tonight. I am thinking of just running some trains and maybe working on some stuff. I'm trying some new angles, hoping they look decent, and I'm using the HO layout simply because the lighting is better for the trains itself. So I'm just gonna go turn on the power for the tracks, and we should. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to shake you. So streaming, if we're not talking tonight, about 2 months doing regular Mondays. I've created the channel 2 years ago, but uploading actual videos that are not just me filming my trains, but actually content where I edit and I work on the videos since November, I think. I'd have to look back. So it's less than a year, but I cannot say I've put maximum effort into it. Only, how do I say this? I don't want to say partial effort, but as life is, this channel was not my utmost priority. As you know, it's just for fun. It's not an actual life. It's not what makes me live. So I prioritize my work and my regular life over this. But as soon as I get to work on the layout or work on my stuff, I do, and because also the layout actually came like have priority over the actual YouTube channel. But I I'm trying to be consistent, at least with the live streams. They seem to be helping, and they're on one hand easier, on the other hand more engaging, so more fun for me. Because regular videos, I don't even respond to people like I'm responding to you guys right now. It's just filming, hoping that it's interesting, and then editing for a while, which is not my cup of tea. Like, I'm not the best at editing, and then posting it online, hoping that YouTube shows it to people who want to watch it, right? Meanwhile, a live stream, while has the same hope that YouTube actually pushes the information to you guys, it at least gives me an interaction, so I know what you guys want to see. I can explain stuff to you that you guys want to know. It's not just me hoping that that's what you want to know. And it, while the setup is a more complicated process because I cannot just film it on my phone then upload it. It has to be all pre-set up. There's no editing afterwards, right? It's just we're having fun, we're enjoying it as is, and then it's there online for other people to watch it or you guys to rewatch it. I personally sometimes rewatch it just because there's some good moments that happened, and also just the fun we had is nice to rewatch. So there's that. So yeah, and it's relatively young. I mean, it's young compared to many channels, but if you look at Dave's, who's a 2-year-old channel, mine's a 6-month-old, he grew faster, but I know for a fact that he put a lot more work from the beginning and never stopped, right? So I could have had more growth if I put more work into it, but it wasn't a priority when I started. Yeah, you're right. I put them in, but unfortunately, oh, my camera froze. Okay, so this color is not great. There you go. I put these tags, but the algorithm also works not in mysterious ways, but there's other factors that are outside of my control, and there's timing with what other people searching. There's simply what YouTube decides to push. There's quite a few things that are in my control and quite a few things that aren't. I'm trying my best to do what's in my control. Sometimes I don't because there's always a choice of how much you want to make it work with YouTube's algorithm and how much factual you want it. Like there's easy ways to do clickbaits and do fancy things, and that works amazing for the algorithm. But that's not what I want. I want people to know exactly what they're clicking on. I want people to know that it's a bit more fun and a bit more informative with some fun than just a clickbait to make you super engaged. I've noticed that I had a lot more growth and click on regular stuff when I upload YouTube Shorts, but tiny live streams. I can make my video smaller if you want. I can shrink down the video in the middle of the screen if you wanted a really tiny live stream. So yeah, since I hit 200, I don't. Thank you, Dave. That's the funny part. It was 200 when I set up everything. We got into the live stream. It had went down to 199, and then it came back. So we'll see if it actually stays there, if it goes up during the stream, or if it goes down. But I'm really happy that it's actually growing. Exactly, Clintonville. It's the algorithm is not made for model trains, but there's no model train specific YouTube, I guess, where it would work properly with its own algorithm that would work. And while I do think it's a possibility to create one, to have everyone switch over to it with a monetization system, with ad system that works, would be nearly impossible, especially with, like you said, it being such a niche hobby. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to balance the algorithm working type of stuff. How do I say this? Like the algorithm activating, not activating, but algorithm friendly stuff with model train stuff. I'm trying to balance everything, but it's a weird balance. Like one of my shorts was all the tags that the algorithm loves, like putting underglow on my friend's Toyota Supra, which are all stuff that are clicking and all in caps lock because that's what gets the algorithm. But that's actually true because that's exactly what I did, right? It was a balance in a way. There's other videos I just go plain out. I don't work with the algorithm. It's just, hey, how do I'm gonna look up for an example because I don't know all the titles of all the videos I've done. I haven't done a lot, but I've done enough to not know them all by heart. So let's see. Full layout update running in Canadian Pacific GEVO, right? Not a clickbaity thing. It's a weird combo. If you like August 1st, 2024 layout nightlife update. It's not something that gets the algorithm going, but it's the truth. So that's why it's a weird balance. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do right now, and so let's hope this works. So let's start running some trains. We'll run my 2 DCC trains first because that's what's on the track, and they're also my not my favorites necessarily, but my I guess my favorites. I converted the F unit for a reason because I really like the FA and FB combo. You guys let me know what you think of the angle. At Thunders. Oh no. Oh no, Dave. Um, I'm curious. Did the repair shop tell you what was wrong with it? What part died when uh fix it yourself? Oh, good. I'm curious what died. If it was a specific part or if it's it fried the CMOS. Huh. I never thought that that would be the part to go, but that actually makes sense. Yeah. A spike in voltage, everything else got protection on it, but that one is just a battery. That is a first for me, but that makes sense. That's I'm happy you got to fix it yourself for the price of a single battery. But that is a very strange thing to die. I mean, you're still the one who did it physically, so to me, you fixed it. Um, so since we're here, uh, August. Well, it's it's on the motherboard and it's gonna be pretty visible because it's a big flat silver part of randomly on the motherboard. So that would be the best indication. But at the same time, it's never exactly at the same spot because it's a design. So there's that. So I did get a new thing in the mail yesterday. So I'm gonna show it. I got another slot car. uh, so a little pickup truck this time, a little Datsun pickup truck. I thought it was pretty sweet, and this is a rally style truck, so it actually slides around a lot, and it should be because of the magnet, which are exactly the same ones as Dave is using for his car system. So I thought that was funny when he popped it on his video, and I was late to the party for most of the information. Dave, I'm up to date now, but I was pretty late to the party for those things. Um, but yeah, so we can enjoy the truck. It's actually very quick for a pancake motor, and it's very much a drifty truck. So I just crashed it already. Uh, I'll go grab it right now. Also, during the stream, I might at one point stop and look up for. I mean, these old to be fair, these old Datsun trucks were not the most stable on the road or easy to control when they started sliding. So let's say it's realistic. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna enjoy that. But I might do what Dave did. I don't know if it's available on Linux, but have my phone as another camera. Ah, that's what's missing. No, it's a rally car. It needs more tires mounted at the back, like they do for weight. But on this one, it would be too high for weight. I could figure out something. Hey, hello, John Train BFGR. Glad to see you here. I don't think I've seen you on my other live streams, or if I did, it was once or twice. It wasn't. It's not as common. Um, always glad to see everyone here. Let's see how many people I can get here. It would be the more the merrier, right? So, curious to ask you guys, would you prefer that it's just me running stuff tonight, or me working on stuff and swearing when I mess up or hit my thumb with a hammer? Which one would you prefer? Unfortunately, I'm not doing any more lighting tonight, so there's not going to be any chair climbing. But other than chair climbing, there's still a lot of things that could go wrong if I decide to work on my stuff tonight. And I'm wondering which one you guys would prefer to see. Talk about you all the time. Do you mean Dave talks about me or I talk about Dave? Because I know for a fact I mention Dave a lot, but I'm not sure if that's the way you mean it, or if it's the fact that he's mentioned me in a few of his streams, or me making you spend money on eBay. That's also a thing that I've done a few times. Oh, thank you. I watch him a lot, so I guess I think I got most of the times, not all the times, and I already lost my magnet to fix it. I am. Oh, right there. It was too much in front of me. So yeah, I know. Like I said, I know one other thing is I'm a bad friend in the sense that I'm making him spend money on eBay, which is not the best thing in the world. But other than that, it's it's a funny little thing. Uh, Nice to see you here. So yeah, maybe August, if you want to answer. Would you prefer to see me run stuff like slot cars and trains, or would you prefer? Yeah, you've spent a lot of money. The worst part is, I was disappointed when you said you weren't going to any more shows because I was about to ask you a few things that you bought recently. That if you saw a second one of those in a train show for a decent price, I'd pay you for them and pay you the shipping. But if you're not going, I'm not gonna make you go back. You know, I'm not that evil. It's just if you do happen, I might give you a list of a few things that that you already found once. That if you find them again, that I'd pay you for it. But yeah, August, would you prefer to see me run stuff or build stuff? Oh, I had to stop there, right? Oh, and speaking of eBay, actually, I may have. What would you build? There's for sure the track that went downhill. Right now, it's ripped apart because I wanted to redo a section. It was multiple. If I get anything, I can. That would be great. Perfect. Like I said, I'm not gonna force you to go to a train show for me, but if you do go again, even though you said you wouldn't, I'm gonna send you the list. Um, okay, that makes sense. I mean, I enjoy doing both, but yeah, the what I would build is the section that goes downhill was was all sectional track and had no road bed. It was just a test run, I guess, a test fit. I have some flex track, and I finally got road bed. That's how I finished the curve here. I would do that. I would reinstalled another insulator joiner at the near my switch. That's you guys actually. It would be the switch right there at the end of the straight right on the bridge, and put another feeder that goes to the back of the track because that section doesn't have. There's a feeder wire on the track, but it's not connected. So that's what I'd put. So this would be my two main things I do. I might expand my slot car track because while it's fun, I feel like my laps finish too quickly. So that would be all right. We can do that for sure. And yes, Kevin Corner, it's a surprise for me as well. I I told my girlfriend that I was a 198 subscriber yesterday. I told her today that I was yesterday at 198, and she went and looked it up, and I was like, should I? While she was looking it up, I was like, should I do a stream hoping that it would get me to 200? And she looked up and she's like, well, you're already at 200. And I was like, well, I'm gonna do a stream to celebrate it. So that's why this happened. I will do a colorful train. I'm not sure by colorful what color are you exactly looking for. Um, I currently have a lot of colors on the current train running, but I'm not sure if those are the colors you mean. That's mostly the colors I have though for I could add yellow, I guess. I have a few yellow things that I could put in this. But it's just a warning. Heads up before you all claim it's UP. Uh, anything but green or black. So, I mean... So you're basically agreeing... think I'll do a non-specific Pacific on stream on Friday. That would be a good one. So I know I saw, like I said, I saw all your unboxing so far, and I saw that you got another SD90 Mac. Those big Macs that I love. I unfortunately don't have purple. I do have a pale blue CN engine that could be ran for sure. That can be added. I'll look up what the boxcars I have. So yeah, I saw your. I don't have any purple though, for HO scale. So yeah, I saw that, and my first thought was do least power. I'm not sure how familiar you are with this, but railroads often borrow locomotives from other brands, and I was like, if you put a CP rail and a UP, and the UP. And then this SD80 Mac from CSX, and then a mid-train DPU with the other SD90, you'd have a 4-engine train, which is honestly crazy and going to be annoying to match for speed, but pretty cool. And you would have all the Big Macs on the track at the same time. Let's hope you don't buzz the fuse for too much power ran. I'm not going to do any spoiler August, but there's some pretty good stuff in there. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, or do at least like one CP and one UP for... The only sad part about the non-specific Pacific is you won't be able to run, which was not from the bags, but from your last mailbox Monday that wasn't a Monday, your nice Atlantic Coastline engine. That's the only downside for it. I'll be back in a minute. I have to move power feed because I moved my siding on. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we had the same thought, I guess. So yeah, so I'm gonna change. I mean, you didn't say orange was a problem, so I guess we can run that. I just need to remove the two train cars and put something else that's more flashy. I do have more orange stuff, yellow stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna put that, I think. So you don't like Burlington Northern just like Dave, huh? I'm expecting that new Burlington Northern is in your giveaways, Dave, because you really don't seem to enjoy it for reasons. The blue sounded pretty good too. Okay, so I'll do that. Give me just a minute, and I will switch that around. I will also remove my VRL engine. Actually, I'm gonna switch the VRL engine over to run it a bit while I find all the cars and make a train that makes sense for you, because while the cars are pretty plain, being silver with a blue stripe, the engine is pretty flashy with also silver and blue and yellow, but more full than just a blue stripe. So I'll put the V-Rail first, then I'll switch to the blue CN, which is going to be pretty colorful for you. So I'll be right back, and unfortunately I don't have any music today. I didn't have the time to set it up, and I don't have the playlist downloaded because, again, this was a surprise stream. So unfortunately, don't mind the silence for the few seconds. Or, I'm going to switch mic. All right. I'm switching mic, and I'm going to turn on my V-Rail engine as soon as I can so that you hear the engine rumbling as a sound for in the meantime. All right, so like I said, I'll be building your train, August. I'm just moving things aside in the meantime, and we'll rebuild that for after. And at least, like I said, the passenger train is going to be it's going to be more active with the sounds and stuff like that. All right, so I have all the lights on the engine plus all the sounds. Hold on. All right, so. I don't think you'll be able to fit Burlington Northern in your period because it was a merger of Burlington and Northern something, I think, and I'm pretty sure that was 70s and more recent. I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure it was around the 70s that it started. Again, let me. I'd have to check to confirm. Here, please connect. There you go. All right. Mhm. All right. So, I'm gonna run this train for a bit. I'm curious now. I'm actually looking up. Oh, right. I forgot to turn on that part of the track. I got Burlington Northern Railroad operated from 1970 to 1996, so it wouldn't be running on your period, August, unfortunately for you. Sorry about that. Who wants to bet if Dave is not coming back because he's gonna fall asleep again like he did last time? I mean, if you don't like the green or black, it's okay. You're not missing anything. I enjoy the green and black because I enjoyed those years of train related stuff, and also because green is one of my favorite colors, right? So just like you said, it's my railroad. I do what I want. Same thing for you. It's your railroad. You model what you want to model. If you don't like the green and black, even if you did 1980, which is exactly the period it was there, who cares? You don't like it. You don't like it. You're perfectly allowed to not like it. Um, it Dave doesn't have these rules of period correct running. He doesn't like it, and that's perfectly fine. Now, if he comes back, I want to make him jealous because I have in N scale exactly the cars he said he wanted. Oh, I don't know if you saw that part yet. I don't want to spoil anything. Well, I do like some of the green trains. I don't want to. Hey, hello, Faulkner Stations. Um, I'm doing great, especially since I'm hitting the 200 subscriber mark. It's not a milestone according to YouTube, but it's one according to me. Hi, Colleen. Wow, people are joining in pretty quickly. That's fun. Um, thank you very much, Colleen. Um, so yeah, I decided to run some trains, and while I know August, you did say you preferred for trains running. I can do some of the construction, I guess you could call it, of the railroad while still running stuff. So that might be what I'm gonna do. I really want to put the track down in the corner over there. Uh, okay, yeah, that Coastal Limited, I think it's called. The GN is a pretty cool version. Um, not the same green and black, but it's a pretty cool version. But yeah, I know I said I would do what you guys prefer, and I know August said you prefer that I run trains. I just really want to finish that part of the track because I was using um, the slope as a fun run, and it still allows me to like run the trains while I do this. So I'm probably going to do that. But uh, if you guys want some specific stuff, just let me know. I'll do my best, and we'll see what happens. I just want to finish that part because it's a very nice and important part to me, and also allows me to do some switching. When I say switching, I mean electronic, like train switching between the two track. Wow, I messed up that sentence so bad. It allows me to do some switching between the two track to switch between the two tracks with just my train running um, without actually having to get up and move it physically. So I think I'm going to do that for now, and then we'll switch to purely train running when that's done. Uh, Not that, like I said, it's not that I don't want to spend time just running trains. It's just it would be more useful, and we can be running more stuff and work more with stuff um, right now. So yeah, and I'm gonna keep the chat open on my phone, so you'll be able to. I'll be able to read your guys' messages and stuff like that. So it's gonna be. It's not gonna be dead for you guys. Like I'm still gonna be trying to interact as much as possible. Alright, so just so I don't do any feedback, I'll turn off the actual stream and just keep the actual chat running. I will bring the phone over there and find my tools. And plus, you guys should see me pretty well. I'll be working on the top right camera right there. Um, the track going down with like the roll at the end and the fountain. That's where I'll be working. So I'll be able to talk to you guys from there. And uh, then when I come back, well, I'll be right back. So at least you will be able to see what I'm doing, right? It's not the worst possible setup for this. So let's do that right now. So I need. I'm not going to do the electrical right now. I'm going to do just the actual track. I need this. I need some of the track nails because I am one to use those. Um, I need my cutter to cut my piece of flex track. I will need my file, which that might be annoying to hear, to file down the tip of the track. And I'll need an X-Acto knife for the roll of. Actually, I don't know if I need that. I'll go grab my pair of pliers. Well, tweezers, I guess. I'm not sure what. No, pliers. Long nose pliers. And do I need anything else? Not for now. Oh, yeah. Actually, I do. I need to pre-drill my holes. Otherwise, it doesn't go in properly. Why did you jump right now? Are you still on the track? Yes, you are. Perfect. That's fine with me. Alright, so let's begin, shall we? Let's open the live stream and see if the chat updated. Well, that's actually a nice and dandy client. Alright, so I need to measure and cut to length this piece of flex track. I'll remove the road bed to measure, but not. But I will install it with. I'll probably have to. I have to remove the whole track anyway, so if it's not exactly where it needs to be, I can always readjust. So my big snippers, and so okay. Well, this should make sense here. I'll put this to visualize the height it needs to be. This makes sense. This makes sense. I'll put it as close to the sleeper as possible here. And cut it pretty straight. Perfect. I'll go find my file. File down. I don't need this anymore. I just needed to cut it once. File down my track so it's smoother when it runs. So my file should be around here, right there. And before you guys comment on it, I know these are not actual track snippers. Just making sure the chat updates. all messages. I don't like the defaults to top messages for my own stuff. So I want to remove at least one. So the sleeper. And actually, I'm gonna remove the plastic part underneath for this side. The other side didn't have any because it was a flex part. And it's sitting on foam. By the way, Kevin trains, that yeah is exactly a train consists I want to model. That and the blue body version with the yellow stripes as well. Yeah, those are pretty nice. Unfortunately, my train I have is not prototypical. This engine never pulled these specific cars. I don't care because I love the engine and I love these cars. So if you don't care either, go for it. Unfortunately, these were not a thing in the 60s, pre-60s either, especially not that engine. Um, but this train, those cars are from the 50s, just didn't have that paint job. They had in the 50s, I believe they were maroon stripes. Then they got to the Action Orange, Action Red, which is orange from CP in the 70s. Then it switched to the VRLs like this. The blue changed a bit over the years, both from sun and from just from repaints and updates. Uh, but I just like it as is. I do have the correct engine, which is the F40 over there, but that one's still DC. I don't feel the need to upgrade both. I will eventually switch it to DCC, the other one. Uh, that makes sense for live streaming and being more relaxed. And like you said yourself, it's your model. You do what you want, right? So if you want to run more modern equipment, just like I'm running the wrong engine for this train, if it makes you happy because it's your model, you absolutely can. So yeah, um, that would be what's happening on my layout. This engine is wrong, but I love it, and this train is great. I did see that there were some of these cars, like the coach. Some of those cars were used behind that engine, but the stripe on it was different. So if you're willing to redo the stripe to have the correct one, it does exist. That's absolutely an option. I don't want to because I love this train as is, but you could. Uh, just putting it out there that it is an option if you want to do that. And yeah, so that would be my 2 cents on this. I lost my file that I had with me. I had it 30 seconds ago. How did I lose my file? Oh, right there. I wanna. So yeah, you could always run something like this and just enjoy it. The completely blue with yellow stripe is a little older paint scheme. It's the F units, which were also gorgeous. I don't have any anymore. I had one in N scale, sold it. Sometimes I've been feeling huge regrets. Sometimes I'm okay with it. I still have an F unit for that is for the CP version. It's the CP Maroon. That one doesn't run as great, but I'm keeping it because it doesn't run as great. It's more of a display. And I have three separate pictures of the yellow stripes passenger cars. Yeah, well, I mean, the real life none of them matches exactly either. So that's also a thing. That's absolutely a realistic thing. That the colors don't match exactly. So don't beat yourself or the retailers or the manufacturers up for that because that's yeah, that's a real life problem. The non matching stuff. If anything, you're more realistic because they don't match. Come on. I'll have to grab my other pliers. Not pliers, these are cutters, but I'm not using them to cut. It's a weird thing. There we go. Grab. Alright, this is going to be a bit more complicated. So I'll pull out the other one. Why my phone does my phone lock every time? Yeah, very much. I've seen even mixed type of cars in their train. So quite prototypical indeed. The only thing that I can confirm you they don't mix is their new charger, which looks very good. Um, there you go. So easy when it has a point 2 counterbalance. Not counterbalance, but counter whatever it is. Has they joined back yet, or is he still AFK? I'm curious. Because for all we know, he fell asleep again like he did on last stream, which I find quite hilarious. Alright, so let's uh, let's let's find some joiners to add because I want power to my trap, obviously. And I want good and stable power. One, two. See, when you're doing California, I assume. When you say CA, August, do you mean California? Just making sure I'm not mixing my stuff. It's probably not California, and I'm probably completely lost, and they're probably making fun of me right now. Which is understandable, just stating a fact. Which side is the one I cut? That's the one I. Oh, Canada, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. this is quite good actually. Perfect. That makes me happy. All right. So since this is going great, I'm gonna I'm gonna nail this down, and then we're gonna go back to running. But 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 I'm I'm not gonna just go back to running. I'm gonna wire my second switch and try to connect both on the same switch, remote connector, whatever the remote control. These little things. I'm gonna connect both to the same because since they're facing each other, I want them to always be in sync. So it's just gonna be easier for me and the train and the wiring. Because just like everything, it, it can be computers, it can be trains, it can be humans, type of work, whatever. If it's simpler to run or install, it's also simpler for the machine itself to not use but execute whatever you're doing, right? Alright, so does this make sense? So if I put it down here, or if I put it down here, this makes more sense. So what I'm doing right now for people who don't know is these are Pico Code 100 Flex Track, and these do not come with pre-drill holes for track nails, which a lot of people don't use track nails. They use regular old just glue, not old, but they just use regular glue, which works for most people. But I prefer nails over glue because I change stuff often and I don't want to remove the glue. I'd rather remove the nails. Plus, I'm gonna put ballast with glue, and that's gonna hold later when I'm putting ballast. That's at the point where I'm satisfied with the work I've done. But until then, I want it to hold properly without being glued. So I'm putting track nails instead, um, and for that I need holes for it. So here I am, pre-drilling stuff, and I'm going a little deeper in the wood so that the nail has a good starting point, so it catches properly and has a good starting point for the install, not the install, so that it goes straight. That's the best way I can put it. And I have this very uncommon method of pushing it down with a pair of needle nose pliers. I'm now realizing that it might touch the track and I might have a short. I'm gonna fuck up. These are narrow. These should be better. All right, so this is in, and it's actually really good. All right, I'm gonna put one more here. Sorry if I'm not talking. I'm just focused on what I'm doing. So yeah, that happens to me when I'm focused. Alright, this should be deep enough. I should be able to push everything down. Yep, that's perfect. I will check the chat right after. I'm just pushing this in. This. Alright, so let's check the chat. So anything that's perfectly fine. So let's put some road bed here and here. Just I'm not gonna put a lot of track nail on the straight part because it's a straight part and it's one piece of flex track. I don't need a ton of holding points for that. The best part about flex track is the curve going into the hill is a lot smoother. So my trains will probably uh, enjoy, will be probably better at running this section. Like they less likely to derail or have issues or whatever. Right? Track nail. We'll push this down. Might have a hard time because that part of the wood is flexible. And I don't have any good way to hold it up. Let's see, that's another shit. I'm hearing the wood crack, but that's the last thing I need. And it's gonna keep it straight, so that's the important part. This has something underneath to hold the actual piece of wood, so that should be good. Alright, awesome. Alright, so third and last piece of track nail for the flex track. Then I'll be able to just put the road bed under the sectional track, that's in the corner. That one's not changing because I'm not good with radiuses, like making a good radius for a curve. And I don't have a 3D printer for the jigs like a lot of people do. I should get one, but priorities. All right. Right, so this is solid there. That's great, actually. So, come on. Just need you to be over there. For now. And more track nails. Put some here. I'm gonna change the train soon, August. So I hope it looks straight from your point of view. It looks straight. It looks straight from mine. Honestly, August, that's the best thing you can do for yourself. It's to just go ahead and get something like that. I know it's not the most cost efficient or the maybe not the best, the most prototypical looking track you'll ever get, but it works and it's when you just want to run trains, it's quite nice to have that. So I've done Easy Track for a long time, both HO and N scale. There's while it's not the best track out there, there's no issues running this for when that's what you want to run. Like I'm mentioning you. I don't know if you're still here, Colleen, but I'm mentioning you right now simply because you're a great example of why these sectional tracks are great. You might not have the space right now or not ready to build it fully out, but you want to run trains and really start modeling. You're doing exactly that by getting yourself some of that Kato Unitrack, and it's available in both HO and N scale, and I'm a huge advocate for these. Um, so yes, I highly recommend getting you that if you want to start right now. Just even just running some trains, not even actually going full on layout planning. If you have a few pieces or have been looking at a few pieces of rolling stock recently and you just want to enjoy it, go for it. It's about as good as it's gonna get for you. Right. I still need to remove the nail here. And then there should be at least one more somewhere right there. Start by sliding under the road bed. Come on. Well, try bed. Alright, there you go. This actually fits great. There should be one in the curve right here. Yep. So just as a reference, the reason I'm taking so much time, uh, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I'm being uh, very difficult with my, not difficult, but very picky with myself on my track placement and my my rail joiners here, because that section of track will end up in a tunnel, and the last thing I want is issues because of that in the tunnel. I do plan on having an access hatch, but if I can avoid accessing it in the first place, that would be the best thing to do. So so that's why I'm being a little bit more nitpicky and taking more time to set up this track, simply because I don't want any derailment in the tunnel. Um, I I understand that many people will not like this section of my track because it's a tight corner uh, going down at a very steep angle. So instead of having people complain, I'll just make the train disappear and reappear where it needs to be. If it doesn't have to be seen, you don't have to show it. Come on, grab on the nail. Why won't it pick up? Ah, it's tighter because it's in. That's why. Okay. There's more wood there, so the nail can really, really grab. That's going to be a little bit more challenging to remove. But, all right. I still get it. I know I will. Challenging is not impossible. I don't want to break my track, but I also can't leave this thing. I think I got it. Yep. I got it. I got it. Thank God. That was the last one I needed to remove, so that's just reassuring. Also, another thing that a lot of people, I don't know if they will disagree with me or not, but doesn't seem popular with a lot of people, is my use of foam road bed. It dampens the sound without being too dampening. It's easy to work on. Scenery glues great to it, but for some reason people want cork or nothing. Like cork's great. I've worked with it, but this foam is more flexible while still having a lot of the great properties of having a nice roadbed. So I personally do not see the need for the extra money for a. I do, and I have no problem. I will put it in the description very soon. I think I'm going to create a separate email. I have one that I could, but I think I'm just going to create a separate email. It's going to be easier for everyone to as much for me to manage as it is going to be easier for you guys to. Random derailments are always random. So yeah, I think I'm just going to create a separate email for the channel just to make it more professional, I guess. Sweet Jesus. I'm just going to cut that there. Or I could de-roll it, slide it all in, and re-roll it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to unroll it and just slide it through and then put it back. Like I have a good amount left, but not that much. Success. I've done exactly what I wanted to. Oh shit. Well, almost. Come on, come on. This is the worst part. It's flattening the curve. And that's regardless of the curve. So this needs to be pulled this way. It's going to be right there. This way. I need a trap nail to put right here. Don't. I need to go grab something to do a slice in my road bed. I need to fit some wires through for feeders. So just a small cut in the road bed. I can nail down the last part and it should be ready to use. One slow cut. There you go. Alright, so I just need 2 track nails, and then I'll be done for this for tonight. There's still a lot of work ahead of me for this section, but for tonight, we're just going to enjoy the trains for the rest of the night. I still have a train to build for August, so that's alright. So, we're good. This is built. I'm going back. I'm just putting my stuff back away because I don't like leaving a mess. And we're gonna be good. I'm not gonna. I mean, I could try to do some wiring for this. I think I do have some wires near. Thought I had some anyways for the switch. Well, not tonight. I'll do it another time. Let's put everything back where it went, so I'm not looking for it later. And then we'll continue the stream as it was normally. Alright, so this is going here. Everything's going there. And let's see, what have I missed? Who did I miss? Alright. Nice, a lot of people joined. Hi, Rouser. Glad to see you here. Alright, so I'll put back, I'm going to drink some water, put back my headset microphone, and let's run trains. And actually, I'm gonna figure out if I have some wires around to wire the other switch because I really want to be able to control it from here. I'm 95% sure I do have that type of wire. I am 100% sure because I found it right away. Nice. That was quicker than expected. That's what she said. Oh, did I say that? So this, and I need 3 screws and my screwdriver and wire cutters. So screwdrivers, wire cutters, and strippers, but these are too thin for wire strippers. And the screws are there. Actually, I'm gonna check if I have an already open pack, so I avoid opening something I don't need to open. Are there in there? Nope. There's some in here. No. None in here. Do I have any in there left for that type of thing? Nope. Alright, well, I guess I'll have to open a new pack. Oh yeah, these left. This. I'll open the new pack and install everything. So I'm what am I looking for here? Oh, screws. Wrong section. Ah, there you go. Screw pack. I'm going to start by putting my wires. Those are flats. Here. So that's going to be slightly annoying with the train coming around every few laps. Every lap every few minutes. But I'm going to figure out a way. Let's have the wires run under the track right here.
Is there a spot where this? I'm gonna write under the foam. That way, the foam will absorb the shape and hide them more. I'm gonna put them close to a nail spot, so that way I can actually, uh, long grain, get off the red. Um, I can put it down on turnout to really hide that wire. Oh, quick. My bad. That's on me. I pushed the switch by accident and now it opened up and the engine derailed. We're gonna leave the train off for the time I just put this wire here, simply because it's gonna be much easier to work without the train running across every time I do any move. I'm gonna put something like this here. This is very annoying to do because these screws are made for very small wires, and I only had larger gauge wire to reach my controller. So now I'm stuck with oversized wiring on my switch until I find some smaller gauge wire for cheap. This Now, where did I put that screw? I had it right here. Alright, so this is going better than I expected so far, honestly. And as I say that, I'm mixing up. So, not breaking anything. Just there you go. This is actually pretty tight, so this should hold pretty well. And last but not the least, because there's no least or anything, there's there's actually no like preference. It's a wire, and all three are needed equally to operate. There's not a favorite or a better wire. And the order I put them was from furthest to closest, so it's easier to work on. Don't know if it was the right order, but it worked so far. I actually did the middle one first because it would have been more in the way than anything else. You are being a pain, you little weasel. The worst part about this is the magnet on the screwdriver only engages when I don't need it, but doesn't engage when I do need it. This will go there. This. And then we'll go underneath here, go to that section, Remove that tape because I don't need it. I need to make sure that I put everything in the same orientation, so mirrored to this because the train's on the switch motor is on the other direction. So it's tight. I'm gonna cut it there. And where did I put my wire cutters? Over there. Cut the wires right here, keeping the rest for something else. I feel like I'm gonna do something else that's similar to this very soon, and by I feel is I know. That's part of the plan. So green was outside of the switch motor, red was inside, and black in the middle. This. Now I need my screws that I brought over, so it should be near. I believe those are Phillips, not flathead, so I'm going to have to change screwdriver, which is fine. Yep, that's exactly it. Alright, just swapping my screwdriver to the proper one. And let's start by the closest to the track first. I like to use my screwdriver as something to, how do I say this? To hold the, to make, to shape my wire. Gives me a good template, and it's easy to work with, and you can slide it out very easily. There you go. And this, let's shove this in. This makes sense. This is a little shorter, but it'll do. It'll have to do. I can pull on the wires a little bit. Right, so let's shape the wire, find a screw, put it in, and enjoy. Last one, again, but not the least. This time we have a different color. I'm gonna actually cut a bit of it. Whatever. I'll just go with it. Doesn't really matter. Even if it does a full turn, it's perfectly fine. Plus, if I did mess up and I put them on the wrong side, because that can happen, if I don't understand simple mirroring things, um, I can always come back and change it with a bit of extra wire like this. Alright, so before I even turn on the track again, I want to test the turnouts, make sure that those work, and work as intended. Let's see. I think I did the opposite of what I needed. Nice. That is, wow. On one hand, I'm glad I didn't shorten the wire. On the other hand, I feel stupid. Should have known I would mess it up. When I have a 50% chance of being right, I'm 100% wrong. Green goes that side, red goes this side. Let's just flip it under like it wants to be, actually. This one will go here, like this. screw that back in with the wire on the proper side. What is it this one? Did I have it right? Didn't mess it up. Yeah, I have enough wire to test and switch it back if there's something. Let's go test that again. I'm a complete idiot when it comes to messing things up. Do I see the switches? I only see one. Alright. This is. Nope. Perfect. Awesome. These work. Great. Now, not even thinking about it anymore. I'm turning back the train on with the turnouts properly set and putting everything away. I need 8 nails there. I'm gonna take my stuff out to put a nail because that turnout is bummed. And that's bad. You do not want a bummed turnout. Like here. Just need a single nail and my pliers. Thank you, Colleen. I think we have all been in and out all night. Again, this was an unplanned live stream with just just me working on the layout and you guys enjoying it. So can't blame anyone about being in and out. I, I'm just appreciative that you guys showed up at all. I will, like I said, I'm working on this. I'll keep working on this for a little while. I'm just putting this nail down so that this holds properly straight, and then by doing this, God, it's worse. I need to loosen that one. First, put this in. All right, that's great. So I completely removed the nails holding this side of it. I know it looks like it's going to be a steeper transition in between the two, but I have no choice. Otherwise, the switching mechanism is not working great. It's too tight against the foam. Cork would not have been better; it would have been worse actually. But yeah. Now, the whole point of this was to be able to do what I'm about to do remotely, which was putting the train on the siding. Not the siding, but the downslope, without actually having to physically go there and flip a switch manually. So I'll make the train reach over that turnout, and as soon as it cleared the switch, well, both switches actually, uh, we will reverse the train down the hill and then bring it back up and completely. Let's stop the train, and it's slowing down by itself. Both switches is flipped. Yep. Let's reverse. And you guys might not. Oh, yeah, you can see it at the bottom completely, and you will see it show up in the top right corner. Let's see if we have any derailments. It shouldn't, but it's always a possibility. Then it'll go down. I think it clears. Might be a little too long. Let's hope it's not. If it is, well, I'll figure that one out later. Oh yeah, it'll clear. Oh yeah. Oh, what doesn't clear is the fountain because I moved it to install stuff. There you go. Right, that's a different story. There you go. They both flipped. And now it goes up to the outside line, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm quite happy about that. And the reason for doing this is now I can do my train switch track with the amount of track I currently have, which is nicer than having to do it all manually. Also less likely to break something if you do it like this than if you do it manually by lifting them up and putting them down. It should clear. I'll put a bit more power and it goes completely here. Alright, and it has reached me. Now let's do the biggest no of model trains. Which is put a DC engine on the DCC track. So I'll just turn off the tracks I'm putting it on. That way, if I do accidentally short something, it's not actually going to short because the tracks are not powered. And once it's on the track, it goes 0 loco. I will turn it back on and move the engine forward. So this is the blue engine I was talking about earlier, August. Oh, Dave's back. No way. He actually is. He messed up everything while trying to fix it, but now that it's fixed, he's back. Of course. Clintonville, that is about as true as it gets. The whole reason of YouTube is to be able to share with everyone, regardless of their physical location. That is about as true as it gets. So, how do you like the engine? I'm gonna stop it and flip it around so you can see it from the other camera, so you can see the front end closer. But how do you like that engine? Swing it back on. Should come around. And yes, it is, Kevin Corner. That is exactly what it is. It's and it has the weirdest markings on it. And I thought since I bought it used that it was a patch job done by someone incorrectly. And after reading about it and finding that exact model, like the real life version, it is in fact the correct patch job. This engine was owned by LMSX, but leased to Illinois Central, which has a small name on the side. But then CN bought both Illinois Central and that specific engine from LMSX. So it has the big CN logo on the side, but still retained all of its logos of the its previous owners. So, and that was, and from the history that I read about it, the reason it has the headlight up top as opposed to every other CN out there was because this engine was designed and ordered for Conrail, which is also why it has this blue. And the Conrail split the order with LMSX, which is why it looks like this. And so it's Conrail spec, but CN owned with another paint job. So yeah, that was a pretty great find at the new hobby shop that opened. It's a used one, but a new hobby shop, so it's pretty cool. Oh, Russ is here. We all have our opinions, Clintonville. I do enjoy the CN logo on it. The only dislike for me is the LMSX patch. Not that it's wrong, but it's also not right. Atlas made it that way when they made the engine, but that patch was patched over by CN, but the blue painted over faded too quickly and brought back, so that's why it looks like this. Yeah, so it's a weird combo. Uh, I'm sorry, August. I hadn't understood your message. I didn't know he passed away. I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry about that, Russ, as well. I hope I hope you have a lot of good memories with them. Yeah. Well, technically, this loco is not a visiting loco; it's a permanent resident. The visiting stuff is the Burlington Northern stuff that Dave hates so much. I don't. So let's stop the engine so I can put a train behind it, and because this engine absolutely deserves a nice train behind, and we will run that engine with some cars right now. Actually, I'll do it the other way. So you'll have some brown CN stuff that you so very much like, Clinton, but we will also get a lot of colors for you, August. Nope, 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 don't run away. Oh, I lost a car. As you can see, it rolls pretty well. good, good car. Just I needed it to connect, not to run away from me. This is not brown, for those wondering. This is like a weird burgundy. Not weird, but not burgundy. So I will put my uh, Husky Stack, I think it's called, the two container cars. Could be Husky Stack, could be Well cars, could be, I'm not sure. But this one has higher couplers, so I might have some uncoupling during the stream. This would absolutely need some I think it's over shank where the shank is up top on the couplers. But yeah, that would need that, which I do not have on hand. Let's put some Markar because that engine can pull a lot more. As long as the coupler doesn't just split up because it has the wrong height on it. And I know I need a coupler height gauge, but that won't solve my issue because I already know it's wrong. I just don't have a replacement for it. I'm gonna put some green, but it's not the BN green that you don't like, but it's also not the green that you like. It's the BC Rail green, which is another shade of green. Yeah, these two. Let's put even more color with a Soo Line white car on it, and finish off with a caboose that is red because it's CN. I think that's like the coupler holds somewhat. I need new coupler. I need a big pack of couplers, and yeah, there's a few needs. There you go. This is as colorful as it's gonna get from me, August, honestly. I have burgundy red, orange, yellow, more burgundy, blue. That's a different shade of blue than the engine. More yellow, brown, dark green, bright white. Well, bright white is bright always, and pretty decent red. That's as best I can do. Unfortunately, I have I technically have this gray I could add, but it's just gray, so it's not really brightly colored. I'm not sure whether or not you'd like it. It's more of for a different type of car than more than colors. So, but it looks good, and my turnout works, so that's also quite nice. I can rust. I was at first, then I stopped to do some track repairs, but we can absolutely start again right now. I'll I don't think I think you missed it at the beginning of the stream, but I'll show you. I got myself a new concept. Do you mind explaining that term? Sure. Do you want to explain August, or do you want me to tell? I have no problem with that. Just in the meantime, you answer to that. I'm just going to show Russ. I got myself a pickup truck, an old Datsun Rally pickup truck. It's I think it's pretty sweet. It needs lights, of course, because everything's better with lights. Uh, but yeah, I got this pretty top heavy, so um, it slides a lot and tips over easily. But it looks really nice and it's really fun to ride, so I don't care. Uh, Clintonville, calling constant different filter for trains, locals, and cars. Yep. See, disconnect, as I was saying, and there's no other reason other than the only reason for this is the coupler height issue. Uh, Unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with this all night. Well, not all night, but for the time being. And August, it's not that I don't want to let you know. It's just you were the first one to answer, and I haven't changed it. I just put it down right now. If anyone else wants to select a concept, what I'm going to do is my girlfriend's suggestion from a few days ago. She suggested that instead of asking you what you want and just hoping I have it or just not having anything, I'm gonna give you options, and the person's gonna pick within that option what they want, and then from there we'll be able to select trains. So sorry about that. If anyone else, oh, runaway engine. I think we're gonna have to remove that car. I do have another well car. We're gonna try. I don't know if the containers fit in it. That's why I didn't put that one. I know it's supposed to be standard, but sometimes they have their own. Because it's a model, they can have proprietary stuff. I think that's how it's goes. Oh, there's hole in it. Okay, this should work. All right, let's go pick up that that car. That looks actually really quite good. And these, the couplers are the right height. They're even on the low side. All right, let's run that. Uh, all right, so, oh, my camera failed again. Settings, resolution. There we go. Back. All right, so, oh, the caboose. You were right. I don't know why I didn't listen to you. The caboose ran off. I'm gonna I'm gonna let my engine push the caboose towards me, and I will put it on after. I technically am realizing that I have more brightly colored stuff that I could put on the train. I have this little gondola. I think it's a gondola. That is bright red, and the couplers, being both top and easy track, actually work great together. So we'll put both. Shoot, and now it's a curve. So, God damn it. All right. We'll have to stop the train when it comes back. Uh, So yeah, I'm gonna do what my girlfriend suggested, and I'm gonna show 3 engines, and the next person's gonna pick that engine, knowing that whichever engine is selected will have its own caboose to go behind the train, but the freight consist is gonna stay the same because it's much simpler that way for me. So that's there, and I will show 3 engine, and the first person to answer in the chat will be the one uh, deciding which engine it is. And I'm gonna put numbers representing it. Well, the road numbers on the engine so that it's easier to name them. So these two and that one. All right. A good camera angle to show them. I'm going to use that afterwards. Let's put the caboose, hoping it'll actually come on. Ah, shoot, it did not. I'll wait another lap and then I'll show the engines. It's just annoying with this broke. I don't have any spare couplers at all. I really need to buy myself spare couplers. And the turnouts I need to complete that part and nail that down properly. Alright, so for engines, next round's going to be either the Burlington Northern, the colors are bad, so let's use another camera. This one should have better colors. Yeah. So either this Burlington Northern SD40, number 7309, I'll put it there, or the B30-7, also from Burlington Northern. August must love this because it's number 5491, or not a Burlington Northern, another SD40, the CN6136. So whoever answers first picks one of these three, whichever of these three engine they want to see running. So I'm trying to put them all on screen, and that's not going to happen. So, and I will still run the slot cars after. It's just in the meantime. So any answer as to BN? All right, Russ. That's the first answer. Do you want the SD40 or the B30-7? Do you want the stubby nose or the long platforms? SD40, perfect. We'll give this one a few more laps, but as we'll run the slot cars in the meantime. But the BN SD40 will be the choice for the next engine, and the caboose will fit. There will be a caboose that's going to go with it. Also, good news. I don't know when it'll arrive, but I've ordered my first buildings that I'm going to put on the layout. And the reason for that I'm ordering buildings even before doing any scenery, is I'm not sure of the placement of certain things. And I thought to myself, if I do have the buildings and know the correct size of my buildings that I plan on putting, I will have I will have a better idea on the space I need for this, because having measurements is one thing, but seeing them in place and having a feel for it is a very different thing. Oh, drifted out of the curve. I love this old truck. It looks so good. So 248 August is pretty tight for N scale. 282 is 11 inch, which is not the minimum for Kato passenger cars, but it would be recommended to go 282, which is 11 inch. 249 is 9 3/4 inch, which works for Kato, but isn't the best. I would, if you can go wider for the curves to 282, that would actually make a big difference. I am convinced. Yes, it is, August. I'm curious which one you're talking about. Is it the fuel one, or okay? You're not seeing the other ones, but yes, the fuel one is absolutely a slot vehicle. I'll put that in there here. Remove the old truck and run. I technically have two more trucks. Those larger curves should not give you the issue of disconnection, 348, but the two, oh, that's my bad. But 249 may be part of your issue on this. So just to show you, Russ, the other two I have, both are, I was about to say boxcars, but, or Q-bands. Both are box trailers like this. One is Loves and the other one is Mayflower. Um, but that's my only tank car. I kind of enjoy the tank car a little more. Not that there's anything wrong with the other two, but they're a lot more common. Okay, those should be. All three semis are Auto World. The two Loves, like the tank car and one of the truck, uh, is not truck. I don't call it boxcar. Is a step from Loves. It's a Loves exclusive, like Loves the gas station in certain areas in the states. Why are you stuck now? Oh boy, trailer completely out. Um, and the Mayflower truck is, while it's also an Auto World, that was a custom built for Showcase for Toys, the online retailer. So that's where I got them. I personally did not visit Love's truck stops, but one of my family member did. So that's how I got those. And but the Mayflower one, that one is available to order online. Technically, the store also has the Love truck, the one I ordered, the Mayflower, because they drove out and bought the sets and split all apart and sold them separate parts and separately. But I got it pretty legit. So that's how I got these. So this is gonna sound weird, but are your curves banked? Because I know, and when I say banked, I mean super elevated, because I know it's the two tracks like attached together curves from Kato are actually. Yeah, I'm not aware for the Carrera 143 scale, Russ, if they have that available. I'm only aware of the HO scales one, which is the ones I have. Um, what I will say is, I've recently discovered that that Tyco previously made flat nose semis, which normally look awesome, but also are different with trailer trains, like two trailer you could attach one behind another, which is quite cool in my opinion. But those are insanely rare, and the few of those popping up are overpriced. Like I'm not buying it at those price. They are absurd. The pricing is absurd because it's a used and very rare item. But if I could get them for cheap, I would absolutely get them for cheap. Yeah, cab overs. Sorry, I call them flat nose, but yeah, cab overs. Um, they had a set of cab overs with two trailers to make a trailer train. That was quite awesome. But yeah, if the single tracks that I've laid essentially parallel, okay, then that's not the issue either. I know. So the super elevated curves, the side by side super elevated curves do run better, but you need to buy the easement curves they call. And I've noticed that the regular easement curves for also that radius does not work well, but that but you can use a wider radius easement curve, and it is the same number of degrees, just different size, and those work insanely well. So, I mean, most people only have flat curves. I do have the super elevated curve on my main end scale layout, which I think is pretty cool. And I did, wherever I had them, I did the trick of having the longer easement curves. It absolutely works much better. And super elevated not only looks better for the train because, well, it's more realistic, and it reduces the angle in between two cars because being sideways makes it more linear, but it also performs better. But you need the longer super elevated. I'm gonna put my email to contact me in my description tomorrow. I'll create an email for the channel and put my email there. So August, you'll be able to contact me then through that email. Just tomorrow, go look at my description. You'll be able to contact me. My cars are all analog. HO scale slot cars does not have digital yet. There's a group of people on YouTube that are converting slot cars, HO scale slot cars to digital with the Carrera 143 digital. It's cool, but it doesn't feel necessary. Um, for there's no switches, there's no manual stuff. And you're not gonna put 10 cars on the same lane if there's no way to swap lane and pass people. So for that reason, I think it's absolutely unnecessary. And while I would enjoy those extra features, they would be quite expensive, and I'm still enjoying my slot cars right now. So I don't think it's a necessity. It's cool, but not a necessity. Also, Russ, I don't know if you noticed, but I swapped the engine in the caboose. So there's that. Oh, stalled. Why are you stalled? There you go. Why do you stall there? You were fine a minute ago. I think the mic is picking up the vibration from the truck going by the camera. I'm gonna add some phone to it to. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be neat. I'm just saying it. I don't feel the need, and it'll. I'll need to see a very solid, proper example and an easy way to convert them before actually going out and buying the upgrades for those. I'm gonna put a bit of foam in between the the Nexigo camera and the wood that holds it because it's picking up a lot of the uh, the vibrations. So I don't want you guys to go deaf because of me. Is the camera angle so decent? It's actually not that bad. All right. So microphone shouldn't be as impacted by the truck going by. And it still is. Nice. So let's pick a next vehicle for the slot car track. I'm gonna go grab some options and let someone in the chat decide. I'll be right back. Let's go. Let's keep the Nissan team going, because not the semi, but the truck was. So let's see if you guys see. Oh, wow! I have just done messed up bad. All right. So let's see if you guys see. No, you don't see the cars at all. Nice. That is a very bad placement from me. Let's put them here. The Ford GT is not an option. I'll put this somewhere else so that it's enjoyable. So in between these two, no problem. No problem at all, Russ. So yeah, in between these two, the blue Nissan Z with the headlights, actually Datsun Z, or the R34 Skyline. Whoever first pops into the chat and says something, will choose which car we're going to run next in between those two. Hi, August. I don't know if you heard that, but you are part of the list of people who can choose, because I don't have a preference or a direct. Oh, my camera froze. But whoever answers first will choose which car in between the two that you're seeing right now on top. So either the Datsun Z or the Skyline. Oh, Skyline, perfect. Sorry, I didn't see your answer right away. I'll keep the Z near, because I might put it back as an option later. I may or may not. We will see. So the controller's here, card on the track, and I forgot to remove the semi. Congratulations, Kevin. You played yourself. So, why did you stop? Oh, you flipped a coin. Well, that's fair. These old Z's are quite gorgeous, I have to say. Why are you here tonight, sir? I guess I have to go fast, otherwise it doesn't go. Or, I guess not. Doesn't matter. Oh, well, if you drift out, if you spin out, that's not going to help either. I guess by the amount of comment about the Z, that's going to be the next car. I'm not even going to put a choice. What it is. I mean, I'm not going to be mad if I run it either. I quite love that car. It was two great cars that I really enjoy. So, whoop. Accident, accident, accident. You guys are seeing my chest, and that's not the best view, but whatever. Nope. If any one of you guys, well, I know Russ has slot cars, but he has bigger slot cars. But if anyone gets into slot cars and wants to set up something like me with HO slot cars, getting a stick that you can just push your car with the back, preferably with a magnet, that would be the best thing I can suggest for tracking instead of always getting up and putting it back in place. Oh. Again? I am a bad driver tonight. I guess I'm getting tired. Persuaders. Yeah, I really like that name actually. My uncle made his own, but he just used an old metal coat hanger and not the cheaper flimsy one, the old thick one that he just unraveled because the car's magnet does the job at sticking to it, and he loves to call it his ultra modern technology stick or ultra modern tool, simply because it's the most basic thing ever. So yeah, that's kind of the joke. But so since this is going great when I drive properly, clearly the car is not the issue. The driver is. Yeah, there's a lot of throttle control going into it, August. It's a simple thing, but it's at the same time very, very specific. So, all right. So, do you guys want to see the Z next, or do you want to choose another train? Because we could swap train. Actually, I'm going to suggest train. The car can do a bunch more laps still. I'm going to stop the car so I can show the option for the next train. It's going to be a DC option. It's going to be either, I'm just going to put one engine for the example, but it's going to be full train swap. It's going to be a passenger choice this time, which is either going back to VRL but with the F40, or going to CP rail with a pair of E8s. Whoever answers first will decide. If Dave is here and he is still here, he'll probably vote for the E8, but I want to let everyone a chance. Colleen already answered. The F40 will do. So what I'm going to do is actually switch from DCC to DC, because from now on everything's going to be DC. And we're going to do some switcheroo for the equipment, and we're going to enjoy the switches actually working. So we're going to do that. I'm going to first turn off the train when it's in a spot that makes sense, and then we're going to turn off the track, switch to DC, and set up the V-rail. Alright, so let's slow this down. To prior before the switches. There you go. Turn off track power. Turn off these. Actually, not that one. Switch to these DC by switching a wire because I don't have a fancy switch yet. We're not talking about that. We're just enjoying the equipment you have. Don't cry for what you don't have. Smile because you have stuff. I'm just gonna fix my webcam again because it really doesn't like being on for whatever reason. Alright, let's go. Thank you, Russ. I know I'm not the one who chose it, but I still take it as a compliment because I like these paint schemes a lot personally. So the fact that you like the same, I will take it as a compliment. We will not talk about our disagreement about other stuff. We will just enjoy the paint schemes. I think this is just an opinion, but in my opinion, uh, the best paint scheme ever was CP Rail's maroon paint scheme. I do not have any HO example, but I have a few N scale I can show you guys. Um, I have this engine and a switcher somewhere. I took it out yesterday. Oh, right there. So this maroon with script, they call it script lettering, is to me the best Canadian paint scheme ever done. It's a purely an opinion base, but that maroon and gray paint scheme looked amazing, especially on F units. F units look the best in that paint scheme. The Action Red, which is just orange, is not as sleek looking. There's no way around it. Okay, August. Yeah, that the CL's purple is amazing, but it's not Canadian. That's why I was thinking that maroon. So we're backing up the VRL down the hill, and then we're gonna flip the switches because we can now, and bring the VRL up. Uh, I love the white and green from the Go Train, which is very similar to the black, white, and green. Well, green and black and white from Burlington Northern. I just enjoyed the black details of the Burlington Northern over just white and green. But that again is purely an opinion. There's no changing of mine. Yes, Russ, that's what I meant by ACL. All right, so you're currently seeing why I wanted to put power to that second switch. That was a lot easier than getting up, running around to go grab it. And now we're gonna move the uh, the SD40 out of the way so it can reverse and go off the main line. Not the main. Well, right now it's the main line, but it's not gonna be the main line. I am now realizing that one I am guaranteed is not gonna fit going down. I'm gonna back it up as much as I can, take off the trains there, and then keep backing up until I've taken off everything. This one, switch back, reverse. Iframes, yeah. Road names. No, not road names. Canadian. color and road name. I mean, do you mean my CN or the orange from my CP? I think either the blue CN or the orange from the CP. I'll show you both in camera, and you'll let me know which one you're thinking of. So these would be the two first ones I ran earlier. Um, Unless you mean the last one, which was the SD40 Burlington order, but otherwise it should be either of these. Uh, no, it's next to slot car track. I mean, the red one. What red did I run? Uh, because wait, I'm misreading something. What was the red loco model in name that was alongside the Via earlier? So beside the slot car track. Oh, don't think you ran it. Okay. So I'm assuming this one because I have this CN that's red. This is orange, but there's this BNSF. Oh, now I get it. This one, this bad boy, the E8. It has to be that one. This is the one that didn't run but was next. Okay, so technically, funny story. This and this should be the same orange. Well, red orange. They're not, but they should be the same. Um, it's also a CP rail. It's just not the same manufacturer. So the red is not this. The orange is not the same. And also, they both have something wrong about their paint scheme. The long one, the E8, um, they're pretty close, just not exactly. The long one is slightly more orange. The E8, the longer one, should have the white stripes like the other one does it on the nose, and the F7 should have the black top on the nose. So on camera they might be the same color. In person they're slightly different. That's the only thing. But yeah, these are these are my models. So yeah, this I like them as is. I'm okay. I'm more than okay with the incorrectness of it. I'm just pointing it out for people who wants to go really accurate on their models. These were technically wrong. If you want a perfectly accurate model of the Canadian road names, you need to go with Rapido. They are the ones to do actually accurate stuff. Oh, they have a runaway. Some cars just put hooked. So that's a thing. It's okay because I needed to remove them, but it still shouldn't have happened. Alright, so that's gonna fit now. Yep, it fits. We can flip the switch again, run both trains at the same time until they both get here, because they're not gonna hit each other. And Okay, so I don't think you guys are, what's the word, bogarting the chat. What I see is enthusiastic people who wants to participate with me. So I'm all for it. If more people join and want to talk in the chat, I'm more than happy to answer to them. I will actually prioritize newcomers in the chat. It's just that right now, since you guys are the most actives, I will definitely talk to you guys and answer to you as soon as I can. But if any newcomers is online, just feel free to drop a chat. My only request is that you guys, whoever chats, subscribe. That's the only thing I'm asking, which is free, so you know, not the worst. And I will prioritize the new people, obviously. Not that you guys um, aren't important. It's just that I don't want it to be intimidating, and I don't want them to feel uh, like ignored. So since you guys know I will talk to you as soon as I can, and they don't, I want them to be to have an equal chance of feeling part of the community. Hello, Spooner. Speaking of new people, he's not new, but he's new tonight. Um, that's actually quite fun. I've done a few, not a lot. One I organized, one I went to. The one I went to was much more fun because it's a lot less organization to do, but it's uh, it's always fun either way. So I hope you enjoyed it. And so that's the VRL. We can get back to the slot cars now that I've switched tracks. And I will leave my freight train on the outside track simply because it fills the fills the layout a little bit more. And I quite enjoy that. I actually will reverse that train because I don't want it. I want it more covered by the corner over there, so that it doesn't fall off the table. So that it's less likely to fall off the table, I might say. All right, so that's that. Do I have any water left? Yep. All right, back to the slot car. Oh, Dorito, Dorito. I will soon get someone to choose the next slot car, and for that, I will also give options for the next one so that it's easier to choose from. I know I said, no, I earlier I said I will learn this because you guys both really liked it. There you go. So I will put 3 slot cars up on the screen in front of the main camera, and I will have Kevin choose between these 3. So we keep a theme going. This is going to move to the side. This is not going to be an option. I will put either this Z. I will put this this Camaro, or there's a third option. This Ford GT. Keep in mind only the Z has lights, but Kevin, you have been tasked to choose by Rust. So if you're wow, you're not seeing any of them. Congratulations, Kevin. Not you, me. So either these two or this one. The only reason the Z is in the front is because it's darker. Bring the Z. All right. All right. I'll put these near me if I bring them back as an option. And then let's bring the Z. Let's put the flap. And I need to clean that track. So yeah, Kevin, you made both of these guys happy because we were talking about this earlier. So I think that's a fan favorite in general. Does that mean I need more? Am I hearing I need more Z's because there's different colors out there? If you guys are saying I should, who am I to go against my subscribers? I will have to buy more. Oh. I'm not seeing my girlfriend in the chat telling me not to, so that is an interesting thing. I saw a post that had another Datsun. That was quite cool. I may have to buy that just to put my subscribers. It wouldn't be for me, it would be for you guys, you know. Entirely for you guys. No, but August is for content. You know, it's for you guys, it's for content. I would never get any pleasure out of buying it. And it's not like I'm not looking into buying more. You know, I would never look into buying more myself. It's purely random that I know that set exists, right? It's not because I want it. And to be fair, it's all sarcastic. I have been looking, but I can't justify the expense yet. And I don't think I'll buy it right now because I still can't. Yeah, no, that's even... if you can find me one, that's going to be a very complicated find. I was actually thinking, not actually buying, old Typo tracks are very specific. They had bowed down and bowed up pieces, and since I'm planning on putting maybe a hill or a steep section, I saw a set of 2 pairs for 20 USD plus shipping, which came out to about 40 USD. Maybe 60 bucks Canadian, brand new in box, which would allow me to have a hill, like a steep hill without actually breaking tracks or tweaking anything. So that would be my first purchase, and it's a lot cheaper than the full set, which does not even include that track. But yeah. Not saying I'm buying it. but I am thinking about it. Very, very hard. So it's 11:47 of my time. I'm gonna end at midnight my time in about 15 minutes. That means we have time for that means I'm gonna have time for one more car. I will make another list of options and show it to someone, and I will get Colleen to choose the next car. I will run this one a little bit more, and then stop. And actually, did Colleen choose the V-Rail? I think she did. Yeah, she did. So Colleen's not going to choose a car. We didn't choose anything yet. Let's go through the list. Scooter didn't choose anything. I will put a few cars up there, and Scooter will choose the last car when it gets to 11:50. So it's going to be another the last switch of the night, and we're going to keep the V-Rail until the end. Simply because it looks nice, it runs great, and swapping trains is a little bit more complicated. I'm wondering if that actually, that's what I'm going to try to do. Oh. Right now, I'm going to move one of the cameras right now, simply to have a little change before the end of the stream. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I'm not going to complain or be bad. I just want to see if I can get something a little different. I just want to see a little bit more of that straight section up for the train, both for the train and for the slot cars. This works. Now I need to put the wire under. Oh, sorry guys, I don't want to shake you too much. Just want to get the wire under the track so that it's not in the way of anything. And let's see on camera if that makes sense. It's bent towards this. It's too low, but it looked decent actually. Is this better? Because slight movement makes a big difference. Oh yeah, much better. Amazed that it gets by that yellow tractor trailer. Well, I mean, it's specifically made to be beside it. Like the width is exactly there's about a 32nd of an inch in between. So that's why it's that's why it fits, but it's incredible that it barely fits. So let's assume, August, that you're speaking of trains. My favorite livery, regardless of if I own it or not. That is a very good question that Oh, I don't even know them all, I guess, but from the ones I know, Cien and uh, hmm, I do love the ACL, but it's not the like my most favorite livery. Oh, what? I don't have an answer right now. I guess. Uh, oh, slid out. I will fix that. Just a second. I didn't forget your question. Just to make it clear, I'm still thinking about it. I don't want to. Hmm. I could narrow it down to certain things, but I can't put a specific favorite. Um, like Canadian livery is definitely the CP Maroon. Modern Canadian livery is VRL's Charger livery, was quite good. Let me think a bit more. I'm going to put back the headset because I don't intend to get up much more. Um, and sounds clear with this.
There you go, and bring the volume back up. There you go. All right. So for so yeah, modern Canadian is the new Charger, VRL Chargers. For U.S. liveries, I would say passenger is the purple ACL. Freight is Burlington Northern. I just love that black and green with white details. Um, although Steam era, again the CP maroon for the Hudson is amazing, but the daylight from Southern Pacific is incredibly good looking. Oh yeah, the daylight's incredible. Will I go for the daylight for my overall favorite? Because I don't know European or Japanese or Australians for that matter, or Indian trains at all. Yeah, I think I'll go for the daylight. Overall, hypothetical best livery ever made. The Southern Pacific Daylight steam engine and passenger car, the orange and red. It's incredible. For modern freight, I would say the KCS tricolor was very good looking until CP bought them. Well, they merged. But so yeah, CP Rail always had better liveries in Canada. I think CN's always been plain. VRL, they had hit and miss. US Amtrak, Amtrak's fully black E8, and now the P40, P42, heritage unit look amazing. But yeah, I always love the black and green with white writing of Burlington Northern regardless. The daylight is by far the best American steam engine. How do I say this? Daylight's just amazing. Like, there's no other way to put it. Why did you stop working suddenly? Oh, you're off the track, that's why. Yeah, that explains it. You're not going to move off the track. All right. Well, I guess it's time for Spooner if he's still here. Yes, he is. Nice. All right. So I will do an all-American lineup for the last choice, and Spooner will choose the last car to run. It will be either the Camaro, the Mustang GT350, or the beautiful Ford GT. So Spooner will choose. Is it the Southern Belle that I meant? I thought. I know the train's called the Daylight with the. But GT40 is better, but Camaro. Do you mean you want the Camaro, or do you prefer the GT40? Daylight is okay, but it's black loco with orange stripes. I'm gonna have to go look the images. Give me a second. I'm too curious now. So SP Daylight engine images. Okay, and the other one was the Bell. I think it's the Bell you said. Southern Belle. Southern Belle engine. So I was actually thinking of the actual Daylight because you're right. There's more black than I meant. You guys are perfectly correct. So I do love the Southern Belle engine from KCS, but the entire time I didn't mean I will show you. Well, you guys know what the Southern Pacific Daylight looks like. It is mostly black with a big orange stripe and a small red stripe, but it blended so well with the cars that whole livery was the best livery in my mind. So, Camaro to run. Perfect. We'll run the Camaro. Wow, it's already midnight. I said midnight was when I stopped. I'll go for 5 or 10 more minutes to run the Camaro. I am sorry about this. So, Colleen, if you ever win the lottery, because it's not a cheap set, N-Scale has a Daylight set out there. Actually, I think there's more than one. And they look very sharp. I believe one of them is made by Kato, and one of them is made by Bachmann. I would prefer the Kato one first, but it's you don't have to. But also, you might need to win the lottery to buy either. So we might both be out of luck and never get any for that same reason. I will move that truck out of the way because I keep hitting it. Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, but that Camaro is a little newer than the Smokey and the Bandit Camaro. He's bound down. Now I have the song in my mind. Thank you, Colleen. That was exactly what I needed right now. Told you. That is a new name. Hi there. Glad to see you here. And I flipped the car. I'm really showing my skills to Toju, huh? That is exactly what I needed to do. Hey, a new person. Let's show them that you suck. Nice. Is it 125 Canadian and 125 US? And also, what's the shipping rate on that? And which scale is it actually? Because it could be both. Ah, shoot! I slid it. I. I. Is it where? Which side is it on eBay or is it a different site? Because you said a Japanese seller, but it could be. It could be a. Pretty sure it's N scale. Kato, yeah. If it's a Kato, it's a good set for sure. Different site. I don't mind Japanese sellers, but I will hold to either eBay or Japanese Amazon. Maybe Plaza Japan, because I bought from them, but through eBay. But I wouldn't. It's not that I don't trust Japanese sellers. It's that I don't trust my bank company to approve that sale. And I don't want to deal with that. Whoa. That is a top-heavy car if I've ever seen one. I had one of the very first 843 FEF3 from Kato. It sucked. Which scale was that? Was it an HO or N scale? Because Kato's HO scale seems to have been a hit or miss for certain things. For N scale, it's been pretty good overall. The N scale? Okay, that's curious. I know some people also had issue with their big boys first batch, so I'm going to guess it's the same thing you had. The first few batches were really not great, and they improved it over time. So I'm assuming that's what happened. Since you were one of the first ones, you were the unlucky ones. The testers or beta, like the product wasn't fully ready, was almost ready. There's a reason why they released the DC version a full few months before the DCC version. So, not that I don't like your choice, Spooner, but I may end up putting the GT40 simply because it has better grip and less tippy. Again, sorry for changing your choice, but at least I know you did say you liked it, and it drives much better. Oh yeah, you can mention the site name. I have no problem with that. I just don't want links, but the name itself is not going to be an issue. Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool, Clinton Village. We're the first one in the States. The only thing I would say is I hope they had a good warranty, or you could either get a refund or get it fixed, because it sucks that your new product sucks. I would like to say thank you for Toju for saying my nice setup. I very much appreciate it. There's something you're not. There's some stuff you're not seeing yet. I will. I will be adding either. Well, for sure, I will be adding a second loop of slot cars that will cross where the crossing section is, and that second loop will have a jump over the tracks. It's just not done yet because I'm not at that point in the build. I want to improve this section first before adding more. I'm also thinking of probably extending the current loop for a bit more tracks, simply because I think it would be nice. I don't know which. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. And that's why I ordered some buildings this week, so that when they arrive, I'm able to visualize where stuff is going to be. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to end in 5 minutes. I'm sorry I'm closing when you got here, but that's the unfortunate part of live streaming. Okay, yeah, no, that's just a bad batch. I know they made multiple revision of that engine, so I'm assuming the new ones now are much better, because I'm not hearing any complaints from them. But that's the unfortunate thing. Let's see before we go the subscriber count that I have now. Just out of curiosity, to see if we got any higher than 200 with 201. I'm guessing Toju was the 201st. So that was a success. This live stream was absolutely a success. Oh, accident. I flipped the GT40. I will thank you very much, Colleen. I look forward reaching the 1,000,000 subscribers so we can buy a passenger car like I said the other night. Let's 200 tonight, 1,000,000 tomorrow, right? That's how that works. I mean, at that price, I'm not surprised. You don't have to apologize for that. I very much understand. Since there's 3 minutes left, I want to keep enjoying my new truck that I got today. Well, not today, actually, yesterday. So we will be running that for the last few minutes, and we will end at 0:15. Good night, Good night, Dave. I don't know if you're leaving right now or if you're just saying good night right away. But it was nice having you here. Thank you for your continuous support. And I will actually send you a list for your next visit to train shows. And we will definitely talk later. And good night to all. I'm 2 minutes left. I'm just running the cars and the train a few more laps, and we're gonna call it a night. I quite enjoyed it with every one of you, and thank you all for making this possible for me. It's to me it's a big milestone. It might not be a lot to many, but to me it's a big milestone. I never expected this to get to even 100. So 200, that's more than double what I expected to get. All right. Have a good one, Rouser. We will definitely catch on the next stream. Thank you. Thank you very much, Russ. And plus, you didn't get any N scale, which you don't like, so that probably helped the enjoyment of this stream. All right, the truck slid off. Let's put it back and do one last lap, and we will call it a night. Have a good one, everyone. Actually, I can do one more lap. I have the time. Another one? Will I do another one? Will I do? How many more laps? How many more laps till 15 hits? 3. 4. 5. Yeah, just one more every time, huh? Just one more cast. You never know what you're gonna get, right? And 15. And on a power slide. All right, good night, everyone. It was nice to see you.